Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Lily and I'm a Chinese transracial adoptee. Every week I post videos about my experience as a transracial adoptee, so if that's something you're interested in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the video. When is this being posted? So hey everyone, welcome back. I am ready to film another episode. I'm a little nervous about this one because I don't think I'm going to get people mad, but I think it's something that not everybody wants to hear, but we're just going to power through because that's what this is. If you are new, then I talk about some complex and hard to hear stuff sometimes, but it is what it is. We have to broaden our perspectives and realize that there are other opinions other than our own. And yeah, let's just get right into it. It is the end of January or approaching the end of January when you watch this. And so maybe you are sticking with your New Year's resolutions, or maybe they have already started to kind of fade away. I don't know what my resolutions are yet because I'm filming this over Thanksgiving. And yeah, there's still a month left of 2020 for me. So we'll see what my goals are for 2021. Here we go. Here's a new resolution that you can enact now. So, okay, if you haven't figured out from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about how advocates or adoptees or marginalized people can be toxic too. And I think that this is something that needs to be discussed, and it's something that not a lot of people think about because typically when we're listening to advocates or listening to marginalized groups and people that we're trying to learn from, we are supposed to take a step back and put away our defensiveness and recognize it's not about us and really just give them the floor. And I get it. I am all about that. You know I'm about that. You know that I'm about finding challenging perspectives and just being uncomfortable, putting away the defensiveness and learning. But I think we also need to recognize that it's unrealistic for adoptees, I'll keep this within the adoption realm, to be victims in every single situation. And I'm not trying to say that we try to victimize ourselves, and I'm not saying that everyone is always doing this, but I mean, even for me, it's really easy for me to get comfortable in this space where it's like, no, everyone needs to listen to this perspective because they haven't heard it before. And everyone needs to recognize that adoption is trauma and there's going to be adoption grief. But I don't always examine like how I might be impacting other people too. And I think that's quite common within the community or with any community. With everybody, it's very easy to fall into this thing of, okay, right, we're talking about my story, this is about me, and not realizing how you're impacting other people and not examining your own behavior and recognizing, oh, I might be exhibiting some of the behavior that I speak out against. And so that's something I've been trying to be better at. Like, I posted a video about not using age as a reason to invalidate, but I definitely still catch myself doing it. Like, I'll be at work mentoring undergrads and they're telling me about things, and one of my first instincts is to say like, okay, it's not a big deal, like this exam isn't the end of the world, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, I didn't go to undergrad during a pandemic. I wasn't doing online classes. I don't know what their other situation is. I don't know what their personal life is. And so I need to put those thoughts aside and recognize I'm not them and I don't have their experiences. And just because I've gone through college and I'm older than them doesn't mean that I know what they're going through. Being toxic can be invalidating. It can also just be like being hostile and defensive and pushing people away. And I think that might be, a common thing for some adoptees, because I know for me, dealing with abandonment issues and stuff, one of my instincts is to push people away before they can push me away. And so I don't know, it's very possible that some of the behavior I exhibit might be toxic to others, or I might not be as supportive as I could be, or as genuine as I could be. And so there needs to be a balance. You know, you have to take care of yourself. There are going to be times where you do need to be defensive and you do need to protect yourself. There's also this thing of like, it's not always, everybody's always attacking you 24/7. And it's not always terrible things happening because of someone else. And of course, there are situations where, yes, that might be true, but the trend, especially online where we're all posting our experiences and stuff, it's just very much, this is what's wrong with the system, this is what's wrong with how other people do things, but there's not much internal reflection and self-reflection. And so, yeah, this is going to be a goal for myself too. I try to call myself out, especially on these videos, because this is where I process a lot of things. But I mean, it's hard, and it puts you in an uncomfortable situation because you realize, you know, I'm here talking about these things, but how am I playing a role in the system? How am I being ignorant? How am I being toxic? And what can I do to be better? Yeah, that's my thing for 2021, is just recognizing that while I'm advocating and while I'm living my life, I'm also capable of hurting other people. Like, I also impact other people. And so with advocacy, it's important to recognize the good impact that you can have on people. Like, we're creating these environments, we're giving words to people's feelings, we are explaining things about a complex system that people may not have learned about before. But we also need to think about the bad impact we might have and how our words might hurt other people, and that hurt might be because they were ignorant or they don't agree with what we're saying, but it could also just be like they didn't know what they didn't know, and our approach is just a little bit more brutal. And so, like, it's okay to feel hurt, and it's okay to accidentally hurt someone with your approach, but what's important is to recognize that and then reconcile if that needs to happen. But don't immediately then go back on the defensive, like, okay, I hurt you, but it's because of X, Y, and Z, and that's your problem, not mine. Because when we get into that mindset, like, there's not going to be progress, because then everyone is constantly on the defensive and we can't move forward and grow in that uncomfortable situation together. We're just like, no, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. So that's one of my 2021 resolutions that I'm trying to do, and I encourage you to do it too. Just recognizing your impact and recognizing that you can do both good and bad. Like, it's not always one or the other. People are complex. That's life. So, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in more videos, you can always check out these two right here. But other than that, I will see you in the next one.